Welcome back, everyone, to Song of Horror. Now, this one is one that we played a while ago for episode 1, and we're just now coming back to it because it's kind of meant to be an in-between game. So it's not one that we play all together like most of the games I do. And so that does make it a little bit of a different setup. And I'm gonna have to remember what happened in the first one so we can actually understand how the second one is working. From what I remember, we were the kind of main character that the story is focused on was sent to go investigate this missing person who is a writer or something, and he ends up getting trapped. We then come in as the player in order to go look for the person who went to go look for the other missing person. And we found him. So, time to see how chapter 2 turns out. Because at the very end, it was kind of interesting, and it certainly didn't look like we were out of the woods quite yet. Looks like it'll replay that scene for us.
Where am I?
Yep.
How are you feeling, Your Highness?
My head. I had a dream. I'm okay. Thanks for coming, Lydia.
Good afternoon, Mr. Neuer. I am Alexander Laskin. I work for the Husher family.
He's the one who found you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay, so it
Mr.
looks like we
Laskin.
have at least
Without
some of
you,
the characters
I
from the
don't
last
know.
game here right
The pleasure
now.
is mine. You see, I would like to help you find Mr. Sebastian. I need to know what happened to him.
Oh yeah,
and
because
to my
his wife went missing because she was
Of
there
course.
with the rest of the people.
I'm feeling much better. In fact, I was considering leaving here as soon as possible, and
Daniel, the doctor said you need complete rest. Complete.
I'm fine, really. I found this. Apparently, Husher received a music box from an acquaintance of his, a certain Mr. Faber. It seems as though he was researching the music box when he vanished. And from what Faber says, the music box may be related to everything that has happened.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure we should stick our nose into this business after everything that's occurred.
She may be right, Daniel. I'm sure the police are very close to finding out where Husher is.
Do you think the police would have found me? We need to find Husher. I saw the box that Faber describes in this letter, but it wasn't really there. It was as if it were on the other side of... I think we should pay a visit to this Faber and ask him about the music box and Husher. He has a shop in the city not far from here.
Daniel, please.
I'm fine, really. I think going to a shop and asking the owner a few questions falls within the range of what we can do, don't you?
Yeah, seems like something that can be done. Okay, so it looks like we actually have this guy again. He was the one we went with last time. And ended up, although we killed him off by being stupid, he served us pretty well. Erica Farber, okay. So she manages the shop along with her father. She's considered the brains, while he is the expert on the art. Okay. So her serenity and speed are high, which is interesting. Artigas. Okay, so he's an actual cop, actually. Okay. And then, of course, Daniel himself, the person we were searching for last time. Okay, I think we're gonna stick with Alexander. Wait. Loading. Apparently this one's taking a little bit to load. Oh yeah, oh wait, wasn't this guy... Yeah, because this guy also had some interactions with it, with the music box, and he had a bunch of letters from it. So we're gonna see he could be missing as well, actually. From what we know, the music was affecting him as well. So we'll have to see on that front. Oh, that's right. I totally forgot that was how it worked. Okay. I definitely have to remember... I keep trying to go for moving the mouse around to change my angle, and that doesn't... That's not how things work. Is it? Mm-hmm. Ooh, okay. Okay. Can't use it there. 15 years at least, okay. Yeah, I'm mostly getting used to how the controls work again. Yeah. That's my inventory. Yep, it is the key. Yeah, I think this was one of the couple games that I did with controller. That's why it was throwing me off with the keys. Eerily quiet. Okay, why is that coat hanger moving?
Mr. Faber should be around here somewhere.
Okay. So nothing new there. Yeah, I saw that moving, and that's interesting. Oh. I am taking the hanger. That's not quite what I was expecting. but okay. Okay, telescope. First one of these. Yes. I can see how he wouldn't recognize one of those. They're not exactly, the most common. Can't find it. Can't remember where I stored that blasted music box. I thought I left it with the rest of the lot, didn't I? Yes, otherwise where could it be? In this lot there was a wardrobe full of dry bloodstains. We took it out into the courtyard and dragged it to one of our storage rooms in the basement, but which one did we place it in? I can't even remember what color or shape it was. What's wrong with me? Could I possibly reveal the blood left behind somehow? I would have to buy luminol, right? That's what the police use. Perhaps that way I could find a lot of products containing the wardrobe and the box with it. Sebastian says I must return it to its original owners, the Legrand Amsberg family. If I can manage that, will this madness come to an end? Ooh, so possibly returning the box is gonna be important. I can't get through that way. I gotta go this way. I do have a sprint. Okay, random souvenirs on sale. Need a crank to start that switch. At least on the counter. Okay. Like there's nothing else there. Can't quite tell what that sign says. Let's see. Better not touch it. I guess so. We're not here to try and break stuff. There's fingerprints on the dust. Oh. Just some history books, nothing too important. Oh, I didn't even know there were vases missing from there. Okay. Yeah, these definitely give a different perspective than other characters would. Get him. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Okay then. Wait, does that mean? I can pull up my map. There's a way to. There we go. Yep, that is indeed a hiding spot. Got two little dots there. No clue what those are for. Wait, hold on. There are two. One was the counter. Oh, and the other was the coin machine. Okay. Oh, okay. This is a questionable idea. No, I'm not gonna do it because doing things like that got me killed last time. I'm not gonna do it. But we'll keep track of where it is in case we need something. Then, and like we've searched everywhere else, then we can go there. Okay. Let's see this side of the shop. Thinking about how long it would take to read them all. Okay. We have our next hiding spot. What is that noise? I hear something and I don't like it. Looks like this place definitely specializes in books. Pretty sure she's dead. Sorry. Yeah, that guitar's not an antique. At least it doesn't seem like it. It's a cannon. Let's see. That Jack in the Box? I think that's the Jack in the Box. It's kind of hard to see from that angle. Okay. Yep. They have a master's in stopping the kids from breaking things. That does take a lot of skill, actually. Okay. We do got a door back here. I've got a couple of other things I want to come look at. Fairly common weapon. Actually, was that it? That might have been all we had left. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. What about the door next to it? Okay. I think that one's good as well. Oh,
Yeah.
wait. I wonder if it... Ooh, I wonder if that's potentially luminal. A towel's not being washed. That seems to be a really common theme, actually, among these. Towels don't seem to get washed. Which I guess is understandable if no one's been there in a while. Okay. I don't like the constant creaking. Alright, think we're good to go. Letter 1 by Sebastian Husher. Okay. So we're going the other way around it. Dear Isaac, I'm sorry about your trouble getting sleep. If it is any consolation, I have been suffering the same plight recently myself. Perhaps due to the imminent proofreading of my novel. If quality can be measured by the time invested, it should be one of my finest works. However, I suspect that this is not always the case. Despite everything, I have found a bit of time to look into your mysterious music. Based on the carving in the wood, I am certain that it is European, from the late 19th or early 20th century. So, still really new, actually. I also noticed that it is of extraordinary quality, perhaps a real luxury item back in its era. I will continue my research. Get well soon, Sebastian P. Husher. Full of documents that are apparently unimportant. Good to know. Well, that room was pretty useless to us. Other than the letter, I guess, but yeah, whatever. Well, I don't think we have a reason to go outside. We only found the one door. Wait, no. We have this door. I thought I heard something at first, but I think we're good to go. Okay. Let's check over here first.
Nah.
Okay, let's actually check. Mystery item. Okay. Got 2 locked doors. A couple different hiding places. We're doing good so far. Nope, don't go back up. We need to go down the stairs. Okay, apparently there's a drip from outside. Bunch of bottles and stuff down here. Okay, I think we're good to go.
No.
Dang it, okay. Well, I guess we need to grab whatever it is from the samurai's mouth. Because that's the only place, I believe, that we have something. Yeah. Everything else. Okay. Alright. Okay. Ah. Cool. Convenient. Hold on, did I get everything over here? I feel like I didn't. Oh no, I did. Okay. I just didn't recognize those things at first. Oh, and then that's the locked thing. Not quite sure how we're supposed to open that one. We'll have to find out. That's because I need to do this. He ate it. Well, that's an interesting design. Okay. Well, there's something you forgot. Remember it, and you will be blessed. Wait a minute. We have the hanger. Spray bottle I don't think is helpful to us yet, because we have nowhere to use it. That hanger. Perhaps we'll be able to use that somewhere? Also, oh, it's gonna be locked.
No.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's try back here. I mean, there. Nope, that's just a wardrobe. I thought that looked like a door for a moment. Nope. Okay, let me. No. Okay. Sounds locked though. So it's really not the most helpful to us. Yep. So easy to get stuck on things. Where else could I use a hanger? Perhaps on this thing. No. I thought we looked at everything. Yeah. I feel like we've looked at everything. I'm not sure what we're missing. Unless there's something over here? Nothing to look at over there. Okay. I mean, this is the only other thing. I don't think it's very likely to work. But I'm gonna come try. Yep, nope. Don't turn around. Can I? Yeah, no. Okay. Actually, hold on. Can I use the actual key? That would make sense, wouldn't it? Okay. Maybe not that door. What about the other door? That was silly, and I forgot that I had an actual key. Those things are kind of what's meant to unlock doors. Okay. Go. Hold on. Let me come back here. I keep thinking I see something. No, it must be just a little stand I keep seeing. Okay, we're good. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was silly. I forget, this game that literally says, if you don't need it, I don't need this anymore. It's really convenient. Okay. Yeah, these back doors are not open. Hey. Isaac Farber. Gibbs family, okay. I mean, I'm guessing we probably won't find any of those people. But you never know. Okay. And of course, they're all locked. Hopefully we can go through this door at least. Oh, we're outside. Interesting little covering there.
See anybody around here?
I hope we don't have to use the spray out here. Because, I don't think it'll do well in the rain. Trash. Full of bunch of trash. Ooh, okay. Of course, there's no way this is gonna be open.
Nah.
On the inside. Well, I see an open thing up there. If we get up to that balcony area, we can probably get in. Okay, number 4. Dang, there's so many locked doors here. Honestly, that actually does make sense though. These are apartments. It would make sense for them to be locked.
Yeah.
Okay, that one's not locked, just jammed. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, a silver coin. Okay. I mean, we can go back and take a look at that later. Actually, let's see. Look at our map. We have 1 blocked, 3 keys there, 1 key down there, locked from the inside there, and 1 key up there. Oh, we actually have an area over there that we need to go check. Oh, wait. And that'll actually loop over to here. Potentially. I guess let's go see. First, we're going to check this last door. Okay.
Nah.
And that one's jammed. Okay. We have this area over here that I totally forgot about. Of course. Wait. I know where that goes. I know how to get there. We'll go grab that later.
Some way to reach that corridor down there.
Yeah, whatever that is, we'll pick it up in a moment. The door on the right is the one I'm expecting to be able to do. We don't seem to be able to go that way. I have no clue if this one will be open or not.
No.
Yeah, doesn't seem very likely. Now this one. I'm hoping. Yeah, okay. Resident access. It does go into that side area down there, actually. Perfect. Ooh, okay. Whoa! Okay, that's not safe. I don't think anyone should be using that. Us included. Okay. Agent Sullivan, Walter. While in rounds, small leak in one of the water pipes. Okay. Pounding on the main door. Nobody's there. Ooh, okay. So at 4:40, Mr. Farber was not sleepwalking with the music box. Okay. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and look down here first. Oh, okay. There's a lot. Not sure if there's anything we want at the moment. There might be a code to this later on, and that's what we need this for. But for now, I don't think it's anything. Yeah, we're not getting through 3 deadbolts. Oh my gosh, there's even more. Okay. Wait, I wonder?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Keyring looks too small to hook onto. Yeah, no, I don't got nothing for that. Maybe some sort of magnet? I don't know. Hey, looks like we are good to get in there. Or not. Okay. That was everything. We should now be good to go. Hi, security camera. Don't mind us. We're allowed to be back here. Yep. There we go. Let's go ahead and head back inside. Because we know where that card goes. Now that we have successfully explored everywhere else. Oh.
What was that?
Oh, is it spam time? Or hide time?
Nah.
Oh.
It is a reinforced door. I cannot hear anything through it.
Oh. I don't like that. You know what? We're here. Let's go ahead and use it. Num num num. Okay. Play and win, play and lose. Having doubts, go right through. Yeah, these aren't very helpful. Although technically the forgetting one actually did help. Oh, okay. There's something on the other side of that door. I'm waiting for a jump scare at this point. Yep. Oh, it hid. I thought it was gonna go for the camera.
Whatever I just saw, it is not there anymore.
Which means it could be anywhere. I don't like that. Alright, flickery lights. Hey, here we are.
Here you are, you bloody contraption.
Oh.
What?
Hi. A refrigerator ornament? How might I be able to use you? What can I use? There's the crank. We need a bunch of keys. Yeah, I doubt it'll be useful with this.
Nah.
Okay, so we need something to pry those apart. Spray bottle won't work. Yeah, I kind of guessed that one actually. Wait. Magnet. I wonder, can I?
No.
No, not like that at least. If I use the magnet on there, on the keyring, that might work. I don't like that though. In order to get there, we have to go back out to where we saw someone. That's kind of spooky. Diving helmet is the closest hiding place. Actually, let me see. Yeah, okay. I'm waiting for it to give me the warning sound where I have to listen again. I mean, not gonna lie, this is not the greatest fire exit. Because it just leads to a small courtyard. I guess it's technically outside the building, so it works. Even if it's not super well. Is that a mannequin? Is that what fell? Okay. I didn't like that. Shoot, I didn't listen. Was I supposed to listen?
What the hell?
Was I supposed to have listened? Wait, that one might... He doesn't look like he's a sight one. That thing's a... Okay, that one's a sound one. Okay. It can't see you, but it sure can hear you. Running is futile. You need to keep calm and stay quiet. In order to do so, you need to control your breathing by gently moving. Okay. Try to keep the white circle as close to the frame as possible. It'll come closer and closer with each mistake. Oh, that's ominous. super close to me. Like, okay. I can't tell if I'm doing the right thing or not. I don't... Okay. I sort of did the right thing. I'm not entirely sure.
This must be a hallucination, a test, a nightmare.
Okay. Well... I'm not entirely sure. But I guess that worked. We survived. Magnet.
Nah.
Okay. Now am I allowed to combine?
Yeah.
What?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, keyring is too small to hook onto.
Nah.
No? This is the only thing I can think of at this point. It's also like the only items we have. So... yeah. Come on. I feel like this is definitely how I'm supposed to do it.
No.
But... because I don't have any other items.
No.
Why would I... yeah, I don't know why I'd need to use that.
Nah.
But I'm just... at this point, I'm just trying anything I can, because those... the two messages aren't helpful to me. It's gotta be the hanger and the ornament. Unless there's something else that I'm missing? But I thought we found everything. I'm really not sure now. No, just flickering light. Okay. I really don't know what I could do. Because I've searched everything, unless I can search this again. Now that something fell? No, doesn't really look like it. Nope, nothing there. Well, yeah, now I'm really confused. Is there an interact spot that I'm missing? Nothing seems to be helpful to me, actually. Now I'm very much confused. I thought I interacted with everything. Okay. I don't like the fact that I kind of hear footsteps. There we go. I think if there's anything I might have missed, I don't think there is. I think we got everything. Oh, The way that rain sounded made it really spooky. Yeah, we have this switch. But we don't have no crank. Yeah.
Nothing unusual in there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty certain at this point we have searched all there is. Because we have the 2 items there. A ton of keys, which... I mean, we know where to get that. Just not how. And we can't get through there either. Unhelpful. Okay, that's not helpful. That one just says easily bendable. Oh, there's nothing in said bottle. That's good to know, actually. Not useful right now, but good to keep note of. I'm so confused right now. What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna go ahead and pause it for now. Let's see if I can figure anything out. Like, this just doesn't... I can't seem to find what I'm supposed to be able to do here. Come on, game. I was hoping you wouldn't be this difficult. Yeah, we specifically need episode 2, actually. Hmm. Okay. Trying to find this one is really annoying so far. Okay. Okay, I've been trying to do this. From what I can tell, it is exactly what I thought. And I'm supposed to do it that way, but it's literally not letting me. Hello? Wait a minute. Uh, you- excuse me, let me examine you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so annoying. Okay, I knew what I had to do there. I knew what I had to do. It just didn't want to let me do it because it was picky. Eh,
The
there we go. Mean game. Okay. I also need to remember that if I run too much, it causes more encounters to happen, which we do not want. So we're just going to take our time and walk slowly, even though I do want to run. Yeah, the main one being, if I get a hide event, because we still have the door, holding back the door, and hiding from the enemy, not just staying silent. And there's no hiding spots out here. At least, not that I have available at the moment. So, I should be careful of that. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna get the keys this time. Now that I actually officially have it. Ah, the mini game. Okay. They will open more than one door. First one is gonna be this one. We do want to go ahead and listen real quick. Okay, still safe. Perfect. Come on, go through. Okay. Still not to the blocked off area. Okay. Ooh, here's the key to the switch you'll find on the shop counter. In case anyone needs access to the exhibit gallery. There are security cameras. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait, is there anything there? I don't see nothing. Okay. A daytime guard, though. Last time we had the nighttime guard, this time is the daytime guard. Okay, plumber arrives. Leaky package or leaky pipe we heard about. Delivered, nobody is home. It's at the doorman's desk. Okay. So yeah, he was sleepwalking. Nope. Bad door-to-door salesman. Okay, so it looks like most of this room is unhelpful to me. More of an in-between location, it looks like. Okay. Here we are. Oh, okay. Complaint against one of the guards.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now we can go back that way. We will in a moment. We have some things to explore. Okay. Ah, that must be the handle. Yeah. Looks like that's about all this room was good for. Yep. There's another section even further back. Wow. Okay, think we're good. Ah, just a bathroom. Okay.
I see something on the cleaning cart.
Okay. I don't know why that would be here in the bathroom. Oof. Only a week. That's not long. Okay, well. Yeah, that back area is just extra space that doesn't seem to be accessible. Fine by me. I actually want to go back and check and see if I can get into that little area about that package. I don't know if I can. There's a window. Yeah, like, how are you supposed to get in there? I'm assuming we are not, is the thing. It is kind of interesting that you can... Oh. Wait. Hold on. This feels like a panic room. Or a mental asylum room. I swear, this wasn't here before. Okay. Yeah, I was right. That wasn't. Okay. That one got me. Let's see, what do we have? I think the crank handle is the only thing. Actually, let me see about... Although I have to now see about... looking at it from specific angles to see if that does anything. Okay. So it looks like for now, the two aren't connected. Now before we do it, we want to check and see, is he in there? Doesn't look like he is. I think we are safe. 'Cause I gotta go try all the doors outside with the doorman handle as well. Okay. I mean, it seemed to want me to look. I don't see anything in there. Okay. I mean, we do have this table here if we need to hide. Let's go ahead and listen. It's too thick to listen. Okay. That's why we gotta use the security camera instead. Okay. Okay. So far, nothing helpful in this room. Combination lock. Got it. I haven't seen anything that requires that, so, or anything that would hint at that. Except perhaps, this is a bit of a stretch, but the numbers for the mailbox. That's about the only thing that I can think of so far. But I guess there is a chance that it's none of that, so... Okay. Time to go test out the keys on those other doors. Actually, I can start with these doors. Almost forgot. These ones are also locked. Okay, there we go. The... Okay, that's asking for me to die. So we're gonna leave it be for now. Again, it's gonna be one of those things where if I find nothing else to do...
What is this? Earthquake.
Okay. Okay, okay. Can I hide? Okay.
Thank God, everything is normal again.
So that was not a hiding event. I thought it could be. Okay. I mean, we didn't even do anything with the door. Jeez. Okay, door seems safe though. Let's see, what's in here? We got some pictures. Okay, got another note. Ooh, letter 2. I'm afraid it is too late. I have heard the melody. Catherine and the children have too. Just once. Nothing will happen to them, will it? Dear God, that melody. Something is different inside my head. It made me see things I don't understand. Things I would rather not continue seeing. So sorry, Isaac, but I feel forced to send the music box back to you. I will keep researching it. I don't want to have it anywhere near me. I must think of my family. Please take care of yourself and forgive my lack of courage. Okay. Seems to be following roughly the same pattern that the first letters did. The ones that told us that were from Barber. I mean, that would make sense, actually, considering they appear to be his responses. Okay. Oh, that's right. Wrong button. Okay. These 3 doors are now explored. I was kind of expecting this to be another closet. Okay. Come on. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, another recording.
I had another nightmare last night. I was lying in bed and I felt something staring at me from the corner of the bedroom. I knew that there was something there, something very real, but I didn't dare turn on the light because I didn't want to see whatever it was. I was afraid of going mad if I did. So, perhaps in a rush of panic, courage, or folly, I turned on the light and woke up. I got out of bed and went to the bathroom to wash attempting to lift away the heavy feeling of something pressing on my chest. Then I saw my reflection in the mirror. The face looking back at me was grotesque. It was deformed and changed color, and it was jolting about with despair. It was banging against the glass time and again, trying to warn me, or to escape the place it was in. It seemed as if it was screaming, but I couldn't hear anything. The scene was so horrific that, well, I woke up again. I was inside the bathroom, standing before the shattered mirror.
Uh-huh. Sleepwalking. Although it seems there's definitely more to this than thought. Okay. Oh my gosh, we have a bunch of doors. We haven't even checked out all the other ones.
Nah.
So that one's jammed, not just a key.
No.
Jammed again. Let's see, what does the note say? Oh, from Erica. Okay. Father, I kept a copy of the key to the house in the display case in the showroom inside the Chinese puzzle. I would have left it at the store for you, but I don't trust the doorman. I provided you with a reminder of the combination on the back of this note in a somewhat cryptic form now, just in case this falls into indiscreet hands. Big hug from Erica. From left to right, first wheel, second wheel, third wheel, fourth wheel, fifth wheel, sixth wheel. P.S. Walter, if you're reading this, take a hike. So that's the guard that she made the complaint against, I'm going to assume. Why wouldn't you be able to write it in Roman numerals? 0? Because I don't think Roman numerals have a 0. Okay. Let me actually write this down myself. That way I can remember it. We should have 8, 5. Would that be a 14? That looks like 14, but I guess we didn't look at the wheel. They don't know for sure. Two, and then 6. We'll see. And this door is just going to be locked, I assume.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, that's actually a doable situation. We're gonna see, because the only one I'm unsure on is 14. But I'm pretty sure XIV is 14. We'll have to see. Oh, we're gonna have to go check the camera, though. Since we can't listen at the door. Oh, hi, friend. Okay, he seems to get close no matter what. Like, I can't figure this one out. I'm unsure of what I'm doing wrong. That's annoying that I lost him there. Keep the icon as close to the moving frame as possible. I'm really unsure of this one, of that one. I managed to survive the first one somehow. Hmm. Okay. Well, now we're actually his daughter, which is interesting. Okay. We'll be able to look at some
How
of the stuff again.
weird. It's not like Dad to leave the lights on after closing up.
Yeah, don't question it. Don't question whose back it is. He's dead now, and he poofed. Which is really unfortunate, because I wanted to keep him alive. He's kind of become my default character at this point. And I hate how fritzy it is.
The room is empty. I don't know what else I was expecting.
Okay. Going around like that, I guess. Okay. We'll come on over to here. Yeah, so we have a 0. That much is as I suspected. I mean, it kind of seems like it'll work. The 14 just spread across these two. Oh, hold on. Why are there letters? I don't like that there are letters, because that makes me wonder if I have the code wrong. Wait, hold on. Letters. Hexadecimal. We've done this before. Or make an educated guess. And okay, it wasn't D. Is it E? And that's the only one I'm not sure on. Yep. Well, that one's supposed to be an A. So, yeah, there's that. Because that's the only one I'm unsure on. Every other number, from what I can tell, should be correct. Look, I can take a look at the note, right? Yeah. I'm unsure of what this could be. Because that's very clearly an 8, a 5, 14, 2, and 6. Yet the 14 can't... am I supposed to translate this one? Oh, you think fifth number? Why would the fifth number be wrong? Because according to this note, it looks like a 6. Oh, you're right. I was being silly. It's an X, not a V. Okay, you're right. It is wrong. Oops. So that would put it at 11. Which if we're thinking it's hexadecimal... shoot, I don't remember. I think A might be 10, which would put B as 11.
Yes.
There we go. Okay. Nice. And then we now have the cylinder box puzzle. Cool. Oh? That's not something we need to just use, apparently?
Nope.
Apparently not. I wonder if I just need to examine it. Rings are stuck. Perhaps... No... Okay. Let's see. I guess we can go try the keys again. Because we still have a couple of other doors out there that we have yet to go check. We can go take a look at those. I don't think we've gotten anything that'll help with getting those unstuck yet. Oh, and of course there's also still the mirror in there. Or at least I'm going to assume it's a mirror. All we know is it's something covered by a cloth. So... we'll have to see. We have yet to need it. Okay, that one was jammed. Yep. Let's go try this door. Sounds good still. And that wasn't what I meant to do. Alright. We got the universal key. Perfect. Yep. Okay, nothing important then. Oh, we've actually got a couple doors here. That one is blocked.
Nope.
Cool. Now these ones I probably won't have the key for. As nice as that would be, I find it unlikely that our key will work on here. I can try it though. Yep, nope. Unfortunately. Cool. Good thing we don't really need to be looking outside, I guess? At least I hope we don't. That could be problematic. So, this one is way bigger than the previous one. This chapter may take a try or two.
Nope.
I'm also gonna guess that a lot of these doors probably are not gonna be important to us. That's gonna be my guess. Although it does actually show them. So I don't know. I will say, if none of these end up being used, this is really in-depth being able to go up here. Yeah, I gotta try every door just to make sure. Even though I'm expecting every last one to be locked at this point. Also, the fact that there are no hiding spots near here is slightly worrisome. Okay, here we go. 4 floors. With 4 doors on every floor. Oh, I bet I know what I'll need to do. I'm gonna find a key. And that little thing we had earlier where we could scan all the names. We'll have to go check the code for the door on that. That's probably what we're gonna need to do. Yeah, I gotta go all the way back down. I'm really hoping if I'm right that I'm right there. But otherwise, every door is gonna be very annoying. And back to first floor. Oh, it's so dark down there. Alright. Well, this place was pretty much considered useless to us. Wonderful. But we do have one other door over here. Nope, not that one. This one. Gotta make sure we listen again. I think we're good. Now this one could actually be useful because it's next to that shed. Ooh, it's not the right key? Okay. I guess there's the one more door this way that I should come and check out. Right? No, this door is jammed. Let's see, do we have anything? Okay, now I'm a little confused because all we have is that cylinder, but we don't seem to be able to do anything with it as far as I can tell. That's a little bit of an issue. Actually, I do want to see... Not that one. What did she say about this? As I expected. Yep. He's definitely the one that she does not get along with and filed the complaint again. Okay. Oh wait, actually, I almost forgot. But we have a basement. We do have a door down here that we could come check. Let's see. Of course, we gotta listen. Everything seems good. Hopefully it works? Yeah, okay. And that's all we needed that key for. Perfect. Question is, what is down here in the storage rooms? Okay. Like we got a couple different doors. We're gonna check this one first.
Nope.
Nope. Cool. Are all of these doors gonna be locked? I hope not. That'd be annoying. We just got down here and we still can't do anything. Wait, what? I didn't hear anything. Dang it! I thought I listened. Okay. Well, we're obviously not doing great. Cool. Time to bring in the cop. I don't think his gun is gonna do us much good, though. Not gonna lie. Okay. That was an annoying one. I'm gonna go listen at that door again and see if I can hear it this time. This is my first playthrough of Chapter 2. I played Chapter 1 a little bit ago. I honestly don't remember how long ago, though.
Everything seems to be in order and quiet, but I'd better check things out in here.
Actually, that does make me wonder, why in the world is the cop getting involved? The only thing he'd be important for is the fact that the door's unlocked. So, not sure why he should care, but apparently he does. Alright, let's go get our stuff at least. Just gonna take that bag. Okay. Let's listen. Oh my gosh. That one is so subtle compared to everything else. Previously, it was like super obvious. I didn't like that door. Okay. Yeah, they actually did a really good job on this game of making it very spooky. Even the simple walking
Threw
around.
something away in the waste paper basket.
Okay. Doesn't seem to be too important. Wait, I should check the back. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Walter, what the hell have you done? I found traces of mud on the stairs to block 4, which lead down to the window on the first floor? Stairs to 4, window on the first floor. Okay. I know it was you. Plus, you ruined the handle on the window. Have you gone mad? I've informed the building handyman so that he can fix it as soon as possible. I don't know what the hell is up with that girl, and I don't really give a damn. Stop screwing around and start behaving yourself. It may turn out she's not hysterical as you claim, but rather that you are one big weirdo. This is the last time I'm putting my arse on the line for you. Ah, yes. That guy, Ooh, okay, that's spooky.
Blood of Jesus!
That was spooky, actually. Hey, we got a wrench. Okay. Well, that appeared to be all. Oh, but we have to listen. I mean, I hear the hissing. But that's all I'm hearing. Okay, it's not giving me the listening prompt anymore, so I think I'm safe. And I'm not touching that door. Nope. I need to get through that door. Okay. I'm not actually sure. Wait, hold on. A wrench. Perhaps. Nope. Okay. Where could I use a wrench? Trying to think. I mean, there's that door, but I don't think that's where we're supposed to use it. I also don't know what those two dots are. Okay. Wait, I think I know where to use it. It's actually right over here. I know, they did a really good job with that. With the needing to be like completely silent. Yeah, the wrench will pry those open. Ooh, okay. We got ourselves a key. Like everything used to be. I can't quite tell if... Oh, Farber. I didn't like that. Okay, Farber. I can't think of anything because the Farber one's there, but shouldn't that one be in this cylinder box? Okay. Can't click use on the gun.
Nope.
Yeah, no, okay. I'm not quite sure where I would need to use that key. Because it's got the Farber name on it. I'm gonna go try it out over in their apartment. But I don't think that's where it's meant to go. Well, I don't like that I hear music. That makes me think of the music box, and that music box is bad news. Okay, I don't know what you were. Little snake thingy. Okay, it feels like a bad idea to keep it going this way. Okay, it's coming from under the door. How lovely. Well, see. Seems safe. Will this key work? Okay. Then I wonder what the puzzle is for. Maybe a different route if I don't get the thing. What? I didn't like the angle there. So there's the broken mirror. Or at least one of the broken mirrors we heard about. Oh, a dark room. That's interesting.
Something isn't right here. I'd better check the area.
I really don't like that cable. That makes me nervous. I don't think I hear anything. Dang, now that we had that door that seemed safe, it makes me really nervous. Okay, come on, there we go. Oh, I had it for a moment. Okay. Nothing too important, it looks like. Okay. That's the one downside with the way they've done this game, is it can be really hard to target some things. Like, I know there's something there. I probably shouldn't touch that. It's to the UV light. Okay. Okay, I need to at least see what it says. Oh. Okay, I thought it would give me an option, so that means it's not a super dangerous thing. I mean, nothing appears to be all that different now that the UV light is off. Okay, apparently we don't care about the TV. Good to know. Understandable. It's rather hard to do.
Good.
Oh, third letter. So this one was at least left. It wasn't left around. So, dear Isaac, hope you're feeling better, at least a bit more calm. I now know who made the box, but he died years ago. His name was Argos Legrand. As soon as I find out more, I will let you know. I believe the key lies in returning the box. You have the list from the auction at which you purchased it. You can surely locate the former owner. I think things have improved since I sent it back to you. Yes, I'm positive. I hope everything is going well. It didn't improve for long, unfortunately. Month-old newspaper, okay. Let's see, what's behind this door? Okay. Both laundry room and kitchen, apparently. Okay. Cleaned, but not away. Oh. Yeah, things are probably bad. Okay. Dear daughter, I have tried to arrange the keys for you. The ones on the right-hand column are old keys. I only keep them just in case. The colored metal keys are for the security door to the shop and the locks. I don't think we'll need those. I think we've unlocked everything in the shop. The square gold keys and the black plastic keys are all for devices and apparatuses in the shop. We might want that one. Maybe. I don't think there's anything else other than the machine. The round and triangular silver keys are the copies you made for the old display cases. Okay. Oh, hold on. Motorcycle. Red plastic key for the safe. I think we want that one. The small gold key is for the little box with your mother's things. Ooh, storage rooms. Okay. We actually do want that then. And nothing on the back. Oh. Patrol car. Wait, hold on, there's something there on the counter? What is it? Pet food? Ew. How's that pet food? I wonder what we'll need that for. Okay. Maybe. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like the idea of a snake, because we saw the little cable thing. Which, it's now time to go investigate that. We haven't seen a bathroom, so I'm gonna guess bathroom is over in this direction. Okay. I don't think I hear anything. Oh, there it goes again. I'm really hoping that if it's like the last episode and there's only one door that's permanently that's always gonna be death. One blow by a blunt object. Okay, so this guy's very observant, which is helpful. Okay, there's our hiding place. I was hoping for another one. Ooh, okay, recording number 2.
Erica, I hope you are the one to find this, my daughter. I have had
We were
some sort of
until we
vision.
opened the wrong door.
What to go? I'm exhausted. I have a hard time falling asleep, and the doctor believes
Oh wait,
it's
that's a
stress.
Ouija board down there
But I
at the foot of the bed.
suspect it's something else altogether.
He was really trying everything.
Blasted box. Sebastian, yes, you've got to find Husher. Sebastian Husher, the professor. My friend, or so he said. Find him and ask him how he did away with this. Ask him whether he also saw things. Ask him why he's abandoned me like this. Ask the black figure. Those who crawl do not want to see it. They crawl. And the noise they make. No, don't ask. Don't get near. I can't sleep because of that noise. Because they drag me away too. They're taking me. The black figure. I don't want to see it either. The figure. Please.
Ooh.
Whatever you do, don't listen to the box.
Yeah, listening to the box seems to be what triggers it. One thing. I need to see...
No way.
Nope. I can't combine it with itself. Okay. Because there's gotta be a reason, and I haven't seen anything so far. Yeah, those are all, like, voodoo stuff. Ooh, fire. So he was trying to burn something. Oh no, he left the planchette on the board. That's bad. Ooh. Oh, wait, hold on. That actually looks kind of familiar. Like it
Right.
fits on there. Okay, so that one can't spin. Ooh, okay. This is gonna be interesting. Seeing which pieces. Okay, so that's a solo piece. Not sure. That's most likely where I need to get it to. Okay, this one actually shouldn't be too hard. Because this piece can be turned solo. And that could be the one that we need. Actually, that appears to be the only way that it does line up. Or no. There we go. I didn't realize I could turn it. Which also means I need to do that. There we go. This works a little bit better. Just so I know where to line this one up to. Ooh, it's kind of hard to see. Ooh. Actually, I can probably line this one up like this. And this one should just work, I hope. Obviously, that's not gonna work. There we go. From what I can tell, this appears to... Oh, hold up. That piece can move. Oh, dear. Where does this one need to go, though? Maybe it wants to line up like that. Let's see if that's the case. That one's lined up. Dang it. Oh boy. I thought we had that one actually. The biggest one being this one can rotate, but this one cannot. And I'm unsure of what position this one needs to be in, because the rest is actually pretty self-explanatory. Wait, what? Oh. I don't know if it was. I'm not quite sure why it would say that, because we can still move these, and usually it does clear it once a puzzle is solved. I wonder... See, this appears like it should line up from what I know. I wish I had a better way of knowing if this one was correct. Everything else just appears to be getting the green line to line up. Or at least, that's what I thought. Unless this one at the end is incorrect. Oh, wait. That's not forming a connection. Okay. I see now. That's probably what I needed to do. Well, this is going to be a pain to get to work. We're just going to have to keep trying different things until they all line up. I don't see any other way, although I don't have to technically do all of them. No, actually, I think I do. I mean, those two line up, but then... Yeah, I'm gonna have to do every bit every time, from what I can tell. Okay, actually... That looks like it is a solid lineup. And it properly... Nope, never mind. Does not connect. It looked like it for a moment. Nope. Gotta keep trying this. it's getting closer. Maybe this one will be the one we needed? Oh, wait, hold on. That one was already connected. That's because this one is not where it needs to be. Might have gone the wrong way on that one. Oops. Okay. Let's try this out. Nope. One that connects like that. Wait, okay. I think this one might be the correct way this time. Kind of hard to tell because the line goes poof for a little bit. Just in case we have to do this puzzle again, we're going to keep in mind it's one tick above the starting place. This does look correct. Yeah, okay.
Good.
Oh. Hey, look at the little Cthulhu. Yeah. Okay. I'm not actually sure what we need that for, though. We at least did it. Actually, hold on. We have to... which note was it? This one. A copy of the key to the house. But we're already in. So... Ooh? I don't know if we need it anymore. But the weird thing is, we got the piece to solve it already in. So it's gotta be for something else. Oh, we found the dark room. Yep. The shadows, okay. Okay, perhaps if we need to develop a photo. Trying to see, that top photo kind of looks familiar actually. Yeah, he probably will. Oh, okay. Wow, he has a lot of photos of the shadow creature as it was stalking him. Okay, there's something... Nope. Apparently there's nothing else in this room. I agree. Okay, we're following you, Mr. Cable. Are you gonna pull back any further? There you go. I'm gonna go to every room but yours. Cause I don't like you. Oh, hey, we found the bathroom. This is the bathroom that the mirror got smashed. Oh, wait, but impact from behind. There's gotta be something going on with alternate worlds, because the music box was on the other side as well. Okay. Well, the daughter's certainly dead. And we don't know where the dad is, so... Okay, I think this one's safe. Okay, other bathroom. This guy's actually being pretty polite, saying, I won't poke through it. So what's up with the candle on top of the toilet? That's an interesting design choice. So yeah, if we have it... Bedroom... Wait, puzzle? Oh, that must be the chemical thing. Because that's the only other thing in there that I can think of. Yeah, over there is probably block 4, which we'll be able to gain access to eventually. Who knows when we'll get that, though. Okay, I hear something. It's like card shuffling. Wait a minute. I still hear it. No, I definitely hear it behind the door as well.
What the hell?
Oh. Okay, wonderful. Everything turned to nooses. Okay, I'm actually getting unnerved by that shuffling. The way it's always off to the side. It really unnerves me. I don't plan on going through that door, though. Last time I heard something on the other side of a door and investigated, it killed me. So, okay, there we go. There seems to be something going on with that lamp. Oh, wait, I took it? Ooh, blood remains. Okay. I don't think I've seen anywhere where a bulb could be used. Wait, no. Maybe the black room? Black room was this one, I think. Yeah. No, it's still blocked off. Okay. Okay, nothing in there. We haven't found anything else that can use a light bulb, which is interesting. I'm gonna look at what I have. Got her keys, pet food, light bulb, hydrogen peroxide, and a spray bottle. Where could any of this be used? Jeez. Let's see. I mean, there is technically that we haven't investigated yet. That one needs a key to get through, which, I mean, I guess I could try. Wait. Hold on. We need to look for a key ring for the storage room. Well, we're not allowed to interact with the keys. So I'm gonna guess the keychain we got with Erica's keys is what we need. Because if we look at the document... The other 3 are for the storage rooms and warehouse. And then that one just said key to the house. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. Let's go try that out. We'll see if perhaps maybe that is what we need. Not gonna lie, I don't like the idea of going back down there. I didn't like it very much. Not after it was very rude and numbed my friend. Okay. Yeah, if there's nothing else that we can think of, I might go investigate whatever's under the tarp, but something like that is pretty likely to kill me. It's like when I reached my hand into a bathtub. Oh, oh, oh. Go, 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 sprint! Okay, door slam time. I don't know if I strength is. Okay, we're good. Hey, it's been a while. I forgot that was something I needed to do.
I should seal this door.
Oh, okay. And now there's slurping on the other side. See, that's the noise I was expecting to hear. And the door did not. Yeah. That's another form of the entity that we're dealing with. It tries to open doors. Luckily for me, I've not failed one of those before. No, we can't lock this door. Besides, we have to go through there in order to get to the music box. I don't hear any slurping though, so we should be safe. See, it left. It actually leaves pretty quickly. We have gotten trapped in a room before where it tried to get us in a very small room. That was not fun. Dang it. What do I have? What can I use? Okay, there are only 2 things I can think of. One, this sheet. But so far, I have a feeling that sheet is the killer. Because in the last chapter, there was one door that was an instant death if you opened it, and one thing where if you examined it and messed with it, it killed you. And so far, that sheet feels like a murder sheet, so I don't want to open it. But the other thing is back up with the card shuffling. And the card shuffling also feels like it equals death. So I'm kind of at a loss here. On what I'm going to do. I could look in there, but there was nothing else in there that needed a key. I'm just unsure of where to use Erica's keys. No, unfortunately, the way this game works is you basically have 4 lives, and if you lose all 4 lives, you lose and you have to start over from the beginning. Oh no. Please don't be a hide sequence. I really don't want to have to hide. Shoot, I should have listened. I saw it as I... No. As I hit the button. Dang it. I was a little too slow in stopping myself. Dang it. We're gonna have to restart again. Final person. This is our last character. So if he dies, game over and we have to start out from the beginning. Luckily, not a ton has technically happened. And that's the good thing about these episodes. Although they take a while when you're first exploring, so you can get everything and know what you're doing. Once you do know, not too difficult to get back through. Also, this is the guy who we rescued in the first game, or the first episode. Alright, buddy. Time to go meet with the dark entities again. Yeah, two of the characters are
He appears
repeats.
to be around.
Him
I
and
wonder whether
the guy
this
we
Faber
started
guy
with.
is anywhere nearby.
And the other two, who I killed off, by opening doors, were new characters. Let's go. We'll at least get our stuff. And at this point, it's at the point where I might as well just open the door. See what it has to offer. I'm expecting to die at this point anyways. So we'll be able to say yes or no on that situation. So the basic storyline for the... there's our stuff. The basic storyline of this game is that this music box came into the possession of some of the people. And that made them very interested because it's a very unique situation. And so they start investigating it. But suddenly, side effects start happening. And so, passing from one hand to the next, it eventually made it to Husher, who then returned it to Farber. And the first episode was investigating Husher's disappearance. We now are coming here because all the letters said that Husher got it from Farber, so we want to go talk with Farber, except he has also gone missing due to the effect of the music box. Yeah, we still have the nooses. Unfortunately, and that, well, both good and bad, that 4 life system does mean that everything stays the same. Up until you lose all 4 characters, that is. And yet, shuffling is still there. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'm expecting to die.
Mr. Faber, is that you there?
Okay, let's listen again. Still hear it.
No way.
It's locked from the inside. Okay. Well, there goes that. This actually happened last time as well, where we had to go an alternate route to get inside. Okay. The exit. September 28th, 1998. What? Excuse me! Where's our exit? Okay, cool. So that was how we progressed. Okay. Okay. Oh, and other fun fact, you may or may not notice random people's diaries. It looks old. Every character has different dialogue for investigating things, so it's really fun to play through as each character. We're just trying to complete the game in the first place for now. Okay. Well, excuse me, Mr. Farber. Your front door seems to have disappeared. And I somewhat need to go. Oh, there we go. It's back. So this is our last character. I kind of just sped through it there, but on the character selection screen, there were those 3 others. Normally, there are people there, and those are showing the models of the characters that you can play. And so, because he was the only one who had a model, no, that's alright. If you're not used to the life system, it's easy to misunderstand them. Okay. This is gonna be a death mirror. But I'm gonna do it. I wanna know. Yep. That was loud. I actually knew that one. I'm surprised. But I didn't know what else to do. So there we go. It kicks us back to the title screen. And we get started all over again. So this is actually the scene at the end of the first episode.
Where am I?
Yep, quite the scene to see at the end of episode 1. And I'm assuming we're probably going to get something similar at the end of episode 2.
Daniel.
I can just skip through all of this. There's a bunch more cutscenes this time for the beginning than the first episode had because there was a little more story background. Okay, here we go. See, we have all of our characters now. They're all sitting there. This guy, he's kind of become my default. I'm hoping he sticks around for more episodes. Now the good news is, we don't need to go investigate everything like we did before, so it'll help us save some time. That and the couple of things that I did miss, or like took quite a while to figure out, should be a lot easier to do. Like that stupid magnet on the coat hanger. Nah. Makes sense. There we go. We'll have to see how long it takes me, because the issue being, I don't want to run. See, I don't even think I need to go in the mirror room, honestly. Because I don't think there's anything in there other than the mirror, which was a death mirror. Yeah, so far, this actually matches up pretty well with the situation I had in the first game, where I ended up killing off all my party members, starting over, going back through, and then I was able to do it with a little difficulty. Let's see, so we do actually know, if we come down here, it is safe to grab it from the samurai's mouth. Although I'm not going to use it quite yet, because there's really not much point. It didn't help. Yeah, we actually never learned where we could use the chemical. That's right. I actually need to come... I need to make sure I interact with all the things like that. That way it does mark it on my mini-map. Yep. There it is. It's all back to the beginning. It's so tempting to run, though. Man. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna try it out. That way we have it marked. The issue is I still have to listen at all the doors. Okay. That should be... Yeah, that's our first letter, and I think that was the only thing. Yeah, okay. Alright. We're gonna see if I can remember where everything was hidden. That's the biggest downside, of course, is the fact that you have to see if you remember everything. It's been 2 hours for us here since we were looking at these items. And as such, it's very easy to forget. Oh yeah, that one. Okay. Sorry, we can go through there, but I'm gonna go through this door first. Yeah, we should actually be able to get things a lot quicker. Here we go. We actually still don't know what that's used for. I think those are gonna be our only doors. I technically could have gotten the door here on the right. Oh well. Okay, I think we're good. That's right. I need to use the key. Man, that took us so long to figure that one out first time. I'm not even gonna bother with that door. I believe that one is actually a good door to have. Although it's gonna be locked right now. Okay. That way they're marked on the mini-map at least. Yeah, I'm not even going to do apartment building 2 because it didn't seem to have anything for us.
I still can't see anybody around here.
Okay. Let's see, we have... Oh yeah, it was the mannequin that fell. Okay. Let's go ahead and mark this door.
Yeah.
We still don't actually know how to get in there yet. This door we actually do want.
No.
We haven't looked behind it yet. And I think it was this trash can over here was the one we wanted. Yeah, okay. It wasn't exactly super helpful, but it's there. We have it now. Okay. Go ahead. Try to pick that up. It falls through. Oh well.
Must be some way to reach that corridor down there.
Go ahead and at least unlock this one. Actually, Can I unlock? Yeah, this door's unlocked. Time to go break the lift. Oh, it's not gonna break on me like last time. Oh, there we go. Boom. I broke it. Oops. There's another note. What note is that one? Night shift. Day shift will be in here once we get the keys. Yeah, that one requires a key, I remember. We have yet to utilize those. Yes, it managed to make its way all the way from the right side of the building to the left side of the building. Totally. Although, to be fair, it did kind of look like that kind of cable. So, I feel like it's not entirely unlikely. And to be fair, we are literally seeing shadow demons, so that feels like a possibility. And it's parts like this that make me really want to run. But running just draws more attention and makes more events more likely to happen. Which isn't good because I have not yet figured out how to safely survive. I've survived once, and I've died once. Not a great track record. Stop your thumping, guys. Noisy. And I'm gonna say it's late, even though I don't know how late it actually is. Ah, yes.
What was that?
We won't be able to hear anything. I was expecting something to happen there. Okay.
It is a reinforced door. I cannot hear anything.
That actually does make me nervous. I guess if you don't look at it, then you might die. Actually, you know what? We're here. Let's go ahead and use it. Because we have the coins. Yep. Something you forgot. That actually, surprisingly, was actually helpful the first time we got it. I know. I don't know what that go right through could mean. I actually don't think it technically means anything. It's one of those fortune cookie-like things. Yeah, I'm guessing if we don't look at this, there's a chance that we may just die when we go through there. Maybe. Or maybe that's something that happens later on, where it becomes an issue. I also totally thought, classic FNAF style, we'd get jump scared. But no, he just runs and hides under the table.
Whatever I just saw, it is not there anymore.
He actually sounds surprisingly calm about that. Yeah, we never actually went through this door. Okay. We're good. We'll unlock that door soon enough. I think that... Actually, the camera panning is probably one of their biggest things. And that's why they have it with specific angles instead of a free roam. Because it induces that sense of terror every time you turn around.
You bloody contraption.
Yep, hi buddy. Yeah, That was so annoying that we couldn't figure that out. There we go. We have that. Time to go get our keys. I'll actually probably go unlock the apartment door purely to get it out of my inventory, because otherwise it will stay there and it's just more for me to look at. Alright, we'll be getting the switch for that room soon, which we'll actually be able to do the code like right away, which that'll be good. Yes, I do have to listen at this door, since it's a door that we will be using the key on.
Nah.
Time to try out again. If I somehow die, because I mean, first time I did manage to survive. But we're gonna have to see here. That's gonna fall, I think. No? I thought we'd get the falling event. I'm surprised. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I can't listen, but there's a monster on the other side.
What?
They can't see us. Okay. So I need to try and figure this one out better. Okay, not freezing it though. Okay. So like just trying to hold it there, and so I would like make a mistake, and then I'd fix it.
A nightmare.
So I happened to survive this one by chance, because that time I only made the one mistake. I cleared it a lot faster. But I have two buttons I can hold. Both is full, one is half, and none is empty. And I was supposed to follow. Now, I didn't figure that out the first time. That's what made it so troublesome, that it also is what killed me. Okay. The only reason I understand is because I was messing with the buttons as I was doing it. It's definitely confusing by reading the instructions. I want to go through here because that's basically where I need to go next. I thought I heard something, so I'm being careful. I'm hearing chain dragging. It's not the sound I normally expect, but at this point, I'm being super wary of anything. Actually, did we try this door? I think we probably did. Oh, it's a jammed door, that's why. Yeah, leaving the area and then coming back is usually a pretty good way of getting any entity there to leave. Okay, well, I'm hearing the chain. Okay, that's making me nervous. But the chain noises I hear outside the door. I'm gonna go for it. Okay, we're good. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but whatever it was, we're good now. Here's the day shift. Perhaps. It's just interesting because normally, like this, all sound is stopped. And that's how you know it's safe to go, because everything stops. We actually do want to go through here. I'm going to ignore that chain for now, since it does appear to be unimportant. One more thing going through here. Okay, I think we're good. I mean, that's good for you if you can recognize that. I wasn't exactly paying the most attention, so that's probably why I didn't notice. Okay. We now have Frank, spray bottle. I believe the Dorman keys were for downstairs. And since we're right here, that works pretty well for us. That is true. There is that difference between what we are paying attention to. No, don't turn around. Yeah, I think my main annoyance with this game is that turning around function. Because it's a set camera angle, it makes it really easy to turn yourself around on accident. Okay. Should be good to go. I do still need that key for a couple things, actually. Not the brown door. Although I will take note of this door. We have yet to figure out how to open it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why I'm listening to some of these doors, because I know they're locked. So it's not like it would affect me. Okay, I think we're good to go. Making sure I'm opening the correct door, not the brown door. Because that's the permadeath door.
Somebody threw something away in the wastepaper basket.
Oh yeah, This will actually be some new text, because we came through here with the police officer. Looks like they were working on something. There we go, we have our wrench. Oh, you're right. Well, we're about to examine this. Ooh, we didn't get the same scene. Okay. All the hands when they popped up was super creepy. I did not like that one. I don't like that laughing though. It is super creepy. We're actually getting pretty close to back to where we were, which is good. Weird, because I didn't notice that chain sound before, so I wonder if it's like something new or what. Yep. And we have something to break it. Hope it is important considering the mess I made. Yep, that key is going to be useful to us. Okay. Let's go ahead and fix that up. Yeah, we're gonna go look at the camera. Hey look, it's a Zomi. I like that one. Dang it, all that stupid fritzing. I think we are pretty safe. Let's go. Luckily, we already have the code. I'm gonna... oh wait. Yep. There's no point in listening. Yeah, I try to keep it as a habit to go do that. That's my first thing. Whenever I need to, I'll listen first. Okay. I'm gonna go pull up our code, because I do still have that saved, actually. Let's see, our code was 8. Yeah, that is an 8. 5. I totally went the wrong way. E is 14. 2, and it was 11, not 2, or not 6. 0. I would have never solved this. Totally like I didn't already know the answer. Okay. Yeah, that's not useful yet, because we don't have the other piece. Yeah, it's a good thing I did write down that code, though. Alright. Upstairs we go. Just to get the keys out of our inventory, I'll go ahead and unlock these doors. Shoot, what door? What door?
For everything that is good.
Wait, no, is it hiding? Oh, it is that door. It didn't show it to me. So I wasn't sure where to go. No. They almost made it through. Okay. That wasn't great. Okay. Usually...
Stay right there, you demon.
Okay. Horror games aren't very good at getting my heart rate up, usually. I'm usually able to stay pretty calm. But that event? Oh, okay. I didn't like that. So I was trying to listen at this door. And then it said nope. Because I thought it might be a hide scene because it didn't show me what door it needed to be. Was it this key? Yeah. I'm not even gonna bother opening the door though. Also, we never unlocked that door, game. That door should have still been locked. Okay. I think there's something in here.
Yeah.
Just the note. Yep, that's all that was in here, was the note. Okay, well at least it's clear now. Yeah, I'm just not even gonna bother going in the mirror room, because I don't think there was anything in there. Okay, we should be... I need to use the key, that's right. And we do still have a use for that key, technically. But we're not going to do it yet. Actually, because I've got the copper key. Actually, not too many things in my inventory. There's only one more use for that key. Yeah, I think he died before we got up here. Oh no, we came up here and we were just going back down afterwards. Is when we died with him the first time. There we go. Now we have our note. Okay. Gotta try it first. Copper key. We don't need that cutscene.
This place would give me strength.
Yeah, this one is going to be different. So I'm going to do a little bit of a looking at things that I already looked at. Someone broke this mirror. I wonder if he's home. Oh, I don't like the way the shadows are on that wall. Okay. Odd violet light was being examined. Well, we can pull the plug. We know that's safe to do. In fact, it's good because it allows us to get the light bulb, although we don't know why. Actually, this will actually be a lot better for the dark room. Okay. Clean. Oh, also, random fact about this guy. He is actually the main housekeeper for the Husher person in the first episode. So that's why you'll notice him comment a lot on like cleanliness or how things are being stored. Okay. But I actually do wonder what's his reaction going to be to this kitchen. Spices and recipe books. Clean but covered in dust. Trying to stay awake. Very observant. We haven't actually found a use for that note. The stink is hideous. Ah, yes, the pet food. gladly trade places with anyone on the streets. Well, then just leave. We technically could. Ah, yes. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's also a soldier. So, this guy has a lot of backstory to him, actually. That's probably another reason why I want to keep him alive and have him be our main character as much as I do. No, I believe we get the thing in this next area. Well, good news. We're nearly back to where we were. We've just got the bathroom, the bathrooms, the bedroom, and the dark room. Yeah, we're going speedy, speedy. Oh, shoot. Shoot, this is a hide.
Mother of God.
Hide, hide, hide. It's so good that we got this in this room. Okay. Hi, hands. This one's a time-based one, and that's what threw me off with the other one. Is you have to press it singularly to calm down. The thing is, this guy's sanity is not the greatest, so these are technically the ones that he would struggle with the most. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah. All it is a closet. But dang. These ones make my heart rate go. For sure.
It is as if I had seen hell itself.
That's saying something with a history like that. Hey, look! Vade Retro! That's funny because I've been playing a game, Vade Retro Exorcist. Just a funny reference there. Let's see. What heresy has he committed? That is the way. Yeah, the broken mirrors were in the first chapter too. They're a very common recurrence. Because although the mirror seems to be a pathway to the other realm, it also does appear to not like them as well. Okay. Let's go ahead and combine these two. Oh. There it is. Examine. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this one in position. Because I believe that should be the final position, which is actually interesting that that one started in it. Oh, both of those were in the right position. Nice. Let's see. Oh. Nope, it doesn't actually line up because I put it in the wrong place. It needed to be one up. Oopsies. I also think I spun that one the wrong way, but we got there in the end. Oh, dang it, I forgot to line this one up first. There we go. I know. But what does he say about this one? I guess I am too old to understand these things. I actually do wonder what Erica would say about that one. Because they're her keys. That's actually one I am kind of interested in. This whole section where it's her house. I find those kinds of bits pretty interesting. His grandfather would have had a clock like that. Yep. Yeah, you'd use to mix liquids. The creepy bathroom one. See, that one on the right, bottom right, is the staircase down to the basement. We've had the door there as well. Who knows what they're for? Yeah, he's not as well versed in photography. See, the interesting thing is we don't have the cable. Yeah, no news as yet either. It struck it with full force. They cleaned it and never used it again. Okay, so he has actually met them before. Okay, I think we're good. Was there actually anything in this bathroom? Now that I think about it, I don't think there was. Yeah, there's only the one thing to interact with. Odd place for a photograph, but who am I to question things? He is right there. Why are you questioning it? Okay, we hear the cards shuffling.
Mr. Farber, are you there?
Okay. There it is. And then the door
What the hell?
has chain. Yeah, it's fine. Excuse me. Can you let me through? Thank you. And now we go right back out. Oh, it didn't fix it. I guess we weren't gone long enough. Fine, we'll leave again. We can go back into the kitchen, I guess. Yeah, one of the times we got trapped by that door slam in a room like this. Except it was like the mirror room where if I interacted with something, I died. It was not fun. Let's see. Did that fix it? No. Door. I'm not sure what we did to fix it, actually. Kind of just walked around, I think. Okay. Well, I think, actually, this is a good place for us to stop for now. We've caught back up to where we were before. We do have a little bit to investigate. Dude, the hydrogen peroxide, I don't know where to use that. Because I think I need something else before I can mix it. Key we can go use elsewhere. Pet food, we don't know what's going on there. Nor with the UV light bulb. And then we've had this spray bottle since like the beginning. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Sure, I mean that's our best guess right now. Gotta be for the cable snake. But yes, we'll have to see when we come back to this one, since it's kind of one of those ones where I'm doing it in between whenever we don't have anything else for the day. So we'll have to see. But I am still interested. That, and I think think I need a break. This game is really intense at times. Especially when you're speedrunning it, because then you get all the events really close to each other. Normally you get to wait a while between them. Yes, tomorrow, back to a calm game, doing some Stardew Valley. Friday, we'll be doing Amnesia Dark Descent again. And then, of course, Saturday, we'll see which game we do. But we got a couple that we can do. Oh, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bye!